Alright, welcome to another episode of the Dork Report. This is Santino.
And this is Ed.
Alright, Ed, why don't you lead us in with the Battle Los Angeles trailer?
Yeah, so I was watching that and I am excited. I'm going to say, it feels weird talking about this immediately after having the big discussion about, we need more serious stuff. But I'm looking forward to an action-filled movie. I mean, I'm looking at Jonathan Lives and that's the only thing that concerns me is some of the other movies he's done, I'm kind of a little bit shaky on. But I mean, he's got Aaron Eckhart and Michelle Rodriguez. So, I'm thinking the movie will be pretty good. It'll definitely be an action flick. I'm not expecting anything big and serious out of it. But it's nice to see he's got a couple of known stars in there. So you've seen it, right?
I've seen the trailer, yeah, it was very interesting. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is that there is an event in U.S. history that is called, like, the Battle of Los Angeles, or it's sometimes referred to the Great Air Raid of Los Angeles. And what it was is, during 1942, I think it was, they
Yeah,
thought,
1942.
yeah, that Los Angeles was being attacked from the air, and then so they had anti-aircraft artillery firing over Los Angeles for about an hour, and it turned out it was a false alarm. So I'm just hoping that in this film it doesn't turn out that the aliens aren't real, or it's some soldier like freaking out in some psych ward and none of this actually happened. Which I don't know how well they could pull that off, even if that's what they're trying to do, but I don't think that the title and the historical event is just like a coincidence. I think it has to have something to do with that.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I read that it's, inspired by the Battle of Los Angeles, but I hadn't thought about that. Oh, I would be pissed. That's not the thing is they have good movies that try to throw you off like that, but a lot of the times they just screw it up, and especially with a good action flick, nothing pisses me off more than it was all just a dream. Maybe when I go see it, they'll show everything and it'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense if they have a twist like that. But I mean, they got to work it really hard for that twist to work. And actually, I actually have something from the trailer too. It gets me because movie companies do this so much. What is in the trailer? They have a line it's some expert or something talking about, they're coming to take our resources, and when you colonize a planet for its resources, the first thing you do is wipe out the indigenous species. It's like, really, dude? Come on. Just look at a little bit of history. And I don't want to sound like a jerk when I say this, but Western Europeans have colonized an incredible amount of the world for its resources, and we're still a pretty diverse group. I mean, last time I checked, there are still black people in Africa and Asian people in China. And if the first step of colonization was wiping people out, there wouldn't be. I mean, most of the world belonged to the British Empire 100 years ago, and they're still there. So I don't know. I don't think it'll be a big deal.
No, it's a very good point. I know in they do the same thing in comics a lot too. What was I gonna say about the trailer? Surprise, surprise! We have a soldier, and she's being played by Michelle Rodriguez.
I know. I'm just wondering how she is going to die. I mean, come on. You can't put Michelle Rodriguez in a movie where she fights things and then expect everyone not to go, oh man, she's going to have a heroic death at the end of that.
True, Avatar. Although apparently she wants to come back for Avatar 2.
How? I wasn't aware that the whole life planet thing could bring you back after you got blown up in a helicopter.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially since if you actually watch this, and our mutual friend has pointed this out to me several times, that they actually shoot a bunch of holes into her cockpit, seeping in the toxic planet's like air supply into her cabin, and she doesn't seem to be affected by it at all.
Who knows? Maybe she's Superwoman. We don't know that yet. Maybe that's Avatar is actually a gigantic DC crossover, and the second movie she's gonna you just fly up, and it's like, oh, that's awesome, and then that's how they're gonna win whatever fight they have next movie.
And also, little bit of the same note, the writers of Wanted 2 were racking their brains about thinking of trying to think of a way to bring back Angelina Jolie's character Fox, and they were trying to think about this, and then finally Angelina Jolie came up and said, "You know what? I don't want to be in Wanted To. I don't want to be in Wanted To because it's just going to be stupid. No matter what you write in, it's just going to be dumb."
Good for her. I hate it when movies bring back characters who should be dead. I mean, I know this is a bad example probably, but Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, at the very end of the movie, when they show all the people who, like, got turned to stone in the battle, like, all fine, I was actually a little pissed. That cheapened that movie for me. And if they brought back Angelina Jolie, her death meant nothing.
If you kill off a character that either is just there for a split second, or if you bring back a character that was important, it makes their death meaningless. I mean, I respected Stargate Atlantis for killing off Dr. Beckett because he was a well-liked character and was like the heart and soul of that show. I know a lot of other people were kind of didn't really like that, but I respected the show for doing that.
Yeah, because they were willing to say, oh, look, we want to have a character death that means something. We want to actually, emotionally touch people. Crazy.